Work is difficult anyway. During an economic downturn, things get exaggerated. All of the problems that are there to begin with, the conflict, territorialism, role confusion, these things just get magnified as the stress of worry gets added into the mix. Employees and managers alike in a difficult climate have all the stressors of normal work, plus they are now worried about their own security.
Don't all these closed-door meetings worry you?
Yeah, I've already started cutting costs, just in case.
They're thinking about their debts, their obligations, their families, and they're saying to themselves, if I can't work here, where will I go, what will I do if the economy is contracting? Managers have that stress, plus the additional stress of their own base of employees. These employees are looking to them for guidance, for answers. What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to my family? And so they have this additional area of responsibility. And so everyone really feels the weight of their responsibilities and their concern over what if this job goes away, what will I do? It's very personal. One model I like for managers is to sit down with one or more employees and say, look, there are things I know, things I don't know, and things that I know but can't tell you. So as we talk, I will let you know what category things fall into. I'll tell you as much as I can. I'll tell you when I don't know. And if I can't tell you something, I'll try and let you know when I might be able to tell you that.
I just wanted to know if our vacation time is going to get cut, because I have that trip to Mexico planned, and I've already been taking scuba diving lessons. Plus, I heard all senior management is leaving.
No, our benefits are all safe. I can't tell you what senior management is planning to do, but I promise, as soon as they let me know, I will let you know.
That sets the manager up as a human being, a person who knows things and who is real and who has their own issues too. They don't have all the answers, and if a manager tries to act like he or she does have all the answers, the employees will see through it. But if a manager really sits down with the employees and says, look, we're all in this together, I'm going to help you by sharing with you what I know, that's the best possible thing they can do. Employees, for their part, should give their managers a break a little bit. You know, they're not your parents and you're not 5. They don't have all the answers for you. They can't possibly have all the answers. The difficult economy is confusing and a concern for everyone. And so ask them questions and try and elicit what they know, at the same time being respectful that they are not experts in everything and they have their own worries too. We have something called the marathon model, which if you think about the New York Marathon, there's all these runners and they start them at different times. So you could have one runner way out ahead of another, not because he or she is faster, he or she just started earlier. That's what we see in organizational change, things like economic conditions contracting. The senior management is out ahead of the lower level employees because they've been studying the trends, they've been paying attention for a lot longer than the employees have.
When do you expect the first wave of layoffs to go down?
Sometimes they'll turn back to the employees and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. And the employees will say, what are you talking about? And the management will say, why aren't you on board? Well, you know, the employees haven't had the time to learn, to understand what's going on. So what management should do is take the time to explain the rationale. This is what we're seeing, this is what we've been seeing, this is what got us to this point of decision, and here's how we think it'll support our future. Employees, for their parts, should ask those questions. Hey, Mr. Manager, we haven't been thinking about this as long as you have. Help us understand your rationale. Help us understand what you're thinking so that we can fully implement what you're trying to do, really understanding what it is. Managers have to understand that they are on stage all the time, every day, all day. If you are a manager and you walk down the hall with a scowl on your face during a difficult economic climate, maybe you got a speeding ticket that morning, but what your employees are seeing is, uh-oh, trouble's coming. You know, she looks worried.
Oh, I had to ask you.
So what you have to do is really be aware of the fact that you're being watched closely and that all of your verbal and nonverbal communication is being used by employees who are basically trying to read tea leaves and guess what's going to happen. Now, the second piece of that is because these employees are watching you so closely, they will remember what you've done. They'll remember how you treated their friends and their coworkers, if there's a reduction in force, how you treated the ex-coworkers, and they will record that in their minds and use it to evaluate you later. So it has an impact on loyalty. And the people you want to keep will evaluate you as to whether they should stay down the road based on what they see now. So the short answer is, as a manager, you're always on stage. Everything you do, everything you say, every action you take, do it like it's going to be watched and remembered, because it will be watched and remembered. You can't get distracted by the downturn. It's too easy, but the things that make you a good manager make you a good manager, whether it's a downturn or not.
You know, Alex, you did a really good job helping out with this last project.
Doing a good job of understanding your employees' strengths, their talents, their tendencies, what they like, mapping that to their work.
And you're exceptionally good with talking to the clients, so I think maybe you should take the reins for the next one.
Doing a good job
Yes,
of
yes.
clarifying the goals for a project,
Very much.
putting together a good plan with your employees, executing well, and then adjusting and following up as needed.
I'm not really sure how to handle all of that paperwork.
Megan, do you have time to help Alex if any questions come up?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
All of these things are the activities of good management, and they are the same, whether you're in New York or Peru, whether you're in an economic downturn or a boom. These are the things that make you a strong manager. As an employee, doing the work makes you a strong employee. Keep doing those things. It makes you a better employee, a better manager, it's better for your career, and it's better for the company. Don't get so distracted by worry that you stop doing the work. It's absolutely important to keep a long-range perspective. You're not in this business for the week or the month. If you want to cut costs to zero, you can lock the doors. But that's not what you're trying to do. Your goal is out a year, 2 years, 5 years. The things you do today are tactics toward that goal. Keep that in mind. Remember to think long-term. Also, remember that every economic downturn, every difficult condition impacts some companies, some industries more than others. Don't bring it home if you don't have to. Just because you see it in the media doesn't mean it's going on in your own company. If you get all distracted by worry and stop doing the work, you may create a problem where there wasn't one. So be careful to deal with reality, but not be swayed by perception.